cozy corner where books come to life. Tune in every week as host Rese Alisa flips through stories with authors, narrators, and the amazing folks behind your favorite bookstores. So, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's flip through the pages.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Rese Alisa. My name is Rese, and Conversations with Rese Alisa is just that, us sitting down having a beautiful conversation. So I'm super excited about the guest that is on the show today. And let me read her bio so we can get into knowing her and her author journey. Yasmenn is a passionate storyteller and an emerging author whose work centers on love, friendship, and healing. Her debut novel, Keep It Cute, marks a deeply personal milestone, one that took nearly a decade of courage, growth, and dedication to bring to life. Yes, yes, yes. Speaking of Keep It Cute, she is the author of Keep It Cute. When all else fails, we have our girls. I absolutely love that. Outside of writing, Yasmenn is known for her vibrant personality, which is true because we was chatting offline, and love for music, which she considers her universal language. A self-proclaimed girl's girl, she values laughter, meaningful connections, and living life with confidence and joy. With Keep It Cute, Yasmenn invites readers on a heartfelt journey of love, resilience, and self-discovery. I absolutely love that. Everyone who is tuning in to Conversations with Rese Alisa, let's give a beautiful welcome to Yasmenn.
Oh my God, that's so good. I'm like, you talking about me?
How are you, love?
I'm well. How are you, baby?
I'm good. I'm good. Like we were chatting offline, girl. Today feel like Thursday.
It sure does. It feels like
Okay.
it feel like we've been through a lot already.
Girl, truth is I'm tired. Options are few, honey, okay?
Girl, listen, you already get on my nerves.
Baby. Girl.
I'm screaming.
Listen,
We don't make it through. We don't make it through though. We gotta make it do what it do.
it's already Thursday. It's already it's Tuesday. What am I saying? See, you see,
We all
anywho,
discombobulated.
girl, I'm always discombobulated. Shit.
Okay. All right. I mean, listen, I don't judge. I just go with the flow. I'm here for a good time.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna get better. When you
You
see
got
me next time, I'm gonna be like, girl, I just go with the flow.
listen. That's all you can do because if not, you're gonna be stressed, and
Listen,
that's not good. Stress
that's
ages
not.
you.
It gives you wrinkles.
It does. It does, and we don't need that.
We don't. We don't. We
We don't need that.
don't.
You
Well,
so
like I
funny.
mentioned, I'm super excited to get into getting to know you. So I love to just loosen my guests up a little bit and ask them some rapid fire questions because I
Okay.
tell people, listen, this is a fun conversation. Okay.
That's right.
All
Okay.
right, here we go. Real fast. Physical
Okay.
book, physical book, or e-reader.
Physical.
Coffee, tea, or something stronger.
Definitely something stronger.
Morning person or night owl.
It depends. Probably night owl.
Okay. What is the last book that made you cry?
Oh, the last book that made me cry. Probably. I don't know. Probably Will Smith's uh memoir.
Okay. Writing with music on or music off.
Music on.
All right, there we go. How you feeling, girl? You feeling good?
Thank you.
Good, good, good. Okay. All right. So just tell me, what influenced you to, want to start writing a book?
Oh, okay. Well, I've always been a reader. Like my grandmother was a teacher, my mother was a teacher until she transitioned to be a therapist. I didn't grow up really watching a lot of TV. I was just always in a book. I just had like this really wild imagination. And I used to journal and I never had any desire to like be an author or anything. But when I had turned 30, I was just literally having like a quarter life crisis. Like my life just wasn't looking how I thought it was supposed to look at 30 years old. I was sad. I was depressed. I was in this not so good relationship. And I remember I had just got done crying and I had this really wild idea. And I was just like, I'm just going to write a story just because I was sad. And I was just like, I just wanted to put that energy somewhere. So I sat on my couch and I created these characters, Jace, Tiana, and Lauren Giselle. And I just sat there and opened my laptop without an outline and I just started writing these characters. And I didn't expect to go beyond that day. But I remember just being up for like hours, just like making this world with these ladies. And after that, it was just like the next day I was writing it, and then I would be at work, and I was just like, I just found myself like immersed in this world that it just started being like my escapism. Um, and that's just what it was. It wasn't for like public consumption. It was just something to escape. And I will always find myself like going to it throughout the years. And I have finished it like in 2020. It just kind of put it aside, kind of forgot about it. And then last year, once again, sitting on my couch, I was just like, oh, I wonder what happened to that story I wrote. So I went back to it and I just started reading it in my free time. And I was like, wow, I kind of like this. And I started adding to it and flushing it out. And then like the next day, I like found my editor. And then from that moment, it was just like, it just happened. I'm just like, wow. And I was so nervous because I'm like, this is just something that I did on a whim. And I put it out into the world and like people have really taken to it. So I don't know. I'm just like, this is crazy. This is crazy to me. But yeah, that's kind of like my inspiration. I didn't have anything else. I never would have imagined putting out a book, like ever.
Would you say the character spoke to you?
Oh, for sure. These characters like saved my life, honestly. Um, like I said, I was using this book as like escapism, just to escape myself, my world. And through these characters, they all are like parts of me. And a lot of them have parts of me that maybe I was like ashamed of or just kind of pushed to the side. So through this journey of writing this book, they like nudged me back to myself and they taught me that like I can't escape myself. Like I have to go back and like reconcile every bad decision I've made, every, bout of depression, anything that keeps me up at night. I have to reconcile that because I think the issue that I was having is I was in constant conflict with myself. And until you like rectify that shit, you're always going to be like chasing something else or trying to escape everything else. So like I feel like when I went back to this book last year, I think it was just the perfect time for me to do it because I think when I was writing it, I wasn't fully rooted and grounded in who I was as a person that I don't think I would have fully been able to like receive this or do this. So I feel like this is just something that it started off as a seed and I didn't think it was going to bloom into anything and it did. So yeah, these characters mean a lot to me. And even when I like finished writing the book, like I was sad. I was like, I kind of miss my girl. I was like, they're like my homegirls in my head.
What are some challenges you face as an author?
Girl, everything.
Give me an
I
example.
yeah, no, for sure. First of all, I didn't even know, like, I've always been on the other side as a reader, but like, none of my homegirls really read. Like, I have one homegirl who does, but like, none of my friends really read. It was just kind of like something that I did. So, when decided to become an author, all of this was new to me. I didn't know Book Talk existed. I didn't know Bookstagram existed. I didn't know what a TBR was. I didn't know what DNF meant. I didn't know what like an artery was. Like I didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything. So it's like getting into this world, it was just like navigating like just a space that was so unfamiliar and it's still unfamiliar to me. And so I just try to like, navigate it the best way that I can. And I think also just like marketing and promoting myself because naturally I'm a very like laid back, like observant type of person. And before releasing this book, I had a IG that I would pop in and out of maybe like once every 2 months. So I was never like a social media person. But once I got my book out, I have to like be front and center, like market myself and talk and do these things. So it was a little difficult because at first I was like, okay, turn on the camera. You're like, hi, I'm T. Yasmenn. This is my book. I was like, girl, this is weird. But then I just started like leaning into it. And I realized that the book community or the people I've come in contact with are so nice and so supportive. And I was like, wow. Then I got on Threads and I see Threads, they be getting it popping over there. But I try to stay out of like,
Exactly.
I didn't know it was that side of
Exactly.
it. But just navigating like new waters for sure. Like I definitely feel like an outcast because even like a lot of like the huge books that like everybody's read, like people are like, who's your book boyfriend? And I'm like, I like read autobiography. So I'm like, I don't know. So even just like diving into like other indie authors' work or just like other urban fiction and things that I just didn't know existed. I don't know. I feel I'm very curious and I'm just like a student and I don't try to operate in spaces like I know everything. Like I'm just super humble. And like when I meet people, I'm just like, wow, you read my book? You really like it? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, wow, thank you.
I love,
I don't know, I'm just me.
I love that. Before we continue, I want to just shout out to the people that's tuning in on Instagram, Nay Flips pages. Hey Tay Tay. Shout out to Charlie. Oh, Charlie, please. Reese, you look short. You know what, Charlie? Please square up at this point, okay? All right. Anyway, if y'all haven't tuned into Oh Charlie, please go check her out on Substack. Follow Refine and Ratchet. Those are my girls. Uh I do not want to mispronounce your name, love. So can I just call you EK? Can I just call you Andrews? I don't want to mispronounce your name. But yeah, you are right. Threads is wild, okay? So thank you
Oh
everyone
my
who
God.
yes, thank you to everyone who's tuning in. If you have a question on Instagram and YouTube, I will make sure I get to it. Okay, so back to the conversation.
Okay.
So just tell me what has been like the most surprising thing you learned while publishing the book, especially being an indie author.
Oh my God, the grind. Like when you get a book, you're just like, oh, I read the book, but you don't know like what all it took to get to you. So like it was just like everything, just like, I found my editor. So like going through the editing process and then just like learning that like Amazon, you be having to go back and forth with them. They be stressing me out. Just I don't know, just everything. Like I said, I didn't know anything. So I'm just learning as I go. And I just like pull my sleeves up and I'm not ashamed of like asking questions or like reaching out to
Mhm.
people. And I met like some really cool, like indie authors that have really just like rallied behind, around me and just like supported me in any questions that I have. Like they're like, oh girl, do this, this, and this. Like there's no like haters or nothing. Cause some people could be like weird, but they're like, oh, here, let me send you this link. This is what I did. I know this person, blah, blah, blah. So just I don't know. I'm just navigating the best that I can and just showing up fully authentically as myself. Like I don't get into this space and act like I know everything or like I read this book or this, or if it's anything I don't know, I just ask because
Mhm.
I'd rather ask than be out here like looking stupid, making stuff up.
Right, right. Me too. Because when I first entered into the book space, I didn't know anything about no FMC and MMC and all of these other, all these other letters in the alphabet. And I'm like, child, I'm just trying to read my little book, honey, okay?
Hey, what is all these
Right,
acronyms? Like, what
exactly.
is this?
Like, what is all of this? Because I just want to open up a book and I want to enjoy it, right?
Right, that's
But
it.
I too was on TikTok. What does this mean? I was on Google. I never forget. I was trying to figure out shut the F up and take this like a good girl. I'm like, what does that mean? So I'm sitting there putting the letters in Google. I'm like, oh, that's what that means. Hey, oh.
Oh, okay, so y'all nasty.
Y'all
Like,
nasty. Y'all
I
nasty.
fuck with it
But you
though.
know
I
what?
fuck
I love
with it
it,
though.
and I'm here to stay. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Listen, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. It's just I don't know. It's
Me
just a
too.
new phase of my life. Like I said, I released my first book at 39. Like I'm gonna be 40 in May, and that's just like a hard like pivot. But I'm just
Mhm.
like enjoying it.
Do you wish you would have started sooner?
No,
Because first of
no.
all, you just hold on. We ain't finna just slide on. Like you just sleep. Oh, I'm just 39. 39, girl, you look good.
Thank you. It's gonna
You
drink a
look
lot of water and mind my business.
yes. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty tip. Drink your water, mind your business. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kind of
Um,
childish too, so I think that might add to like my youthfulness.
well, you look
But
gorgeous.
thank
But
you. I appreciate
but
that.
you're more than welcome, love. But do you wish you would have started a little bit sooner?
No, just because I don't think I would have handled things right at that point in time in my life. I feel like this landed in my life when it needed to, when I had the maturity, when I fully planted my really grounded myself in who I am, especially navigating something new. I think then because I was just wandering and I wasn't fully connected with me. So I feel like trying to navigate this space, not fully being able to navigate myself by myself, I don't think I would have, fare well in this space. So I think right now it's just like the perfect time for me. Like I'm older. I know who I am. I fully just like I really fuck with myself heavy. So I think everything kind of happens how it's supposed to. I know that sounds cliche, but I know for a fact when I initially wrote the book when I was 30, if I would have released it at 30, I don't know if I would have had the discipline to fully see it through.
Have you ever wanted to leave the book space?
No, not no, I haven't wanted to leave the book space. Um, what I did know is how like where I wanted to be. And like I said, not knowing anything about any of this and then seeing that there's like book drama and people like we about to throw hands over books, it just blew my mind because I'm like, we're fucking nerds, like we supposed to like be pushing our glasses up and like reading. And so and see sometimes it's a lot of mess and like that part is very like disheartening because when I came into this space, like I tell everybody, I'm like, I just really want to build community. Like I want to be around like beautiful, dope ass Black women and like uplift each other and like support each other. And so the fact that there is like this underbelly of the book world is kind of unfortunate. And I just kind of stay clear of that. And even just in my everyday life, like I don't be around people who keep a lot of shit going. Like I don't be around people who stay with a whole bunch of drama or always just messy. Like that's just not me. So since I'm in this space, whenever it's like a whole bunch of foolishness, I just be like, I'm gonna let them stay over here. I'm gonna do my thing over here.
Exactly. And I tell people, outside of just, the drama and stuff that you see on social media, there is another beautiful side of this space.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
like you said, we nerds for crying out loud, okay? Because I stay pushing up a good glasses, okay? All right. But this book space, when you get past that and you tune out that noise, it is such
Mhm.
a beautiful space to be a
Oh
part
my
of. So
God. So
many amazing
beautiful.
so many amazing dope ass people. Like I got introduced to a lot of indie authors by being
Mhm.
into this space. That's how I ran across you, and I was so happy when you sent me the email. And that's the part that I hold on to, like
Yeah.
that finding joy in the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
Because
sure. For sure.
it's just like, okay, after tomorrow, okay, that's old news, and then they own to something. Um, I think, the best thing I could have done for myself was completely get off of Threads. Oh, girl, thank you, Jesus.
Girl, I was like, what is this? I guess it's real life. Like, there's no way that y'all talking about throwing hands over
You
books.
know what?
Like, this
I
is
never
not
heard
a real thing. This is not real.
that just recently happened.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay, well, okay,
we gotta get into it.
yeah, yeah. But I just encourage people to just tune out the noise and just read your book. Because one thing
For
about it, I
sure.
get so excited telling someone about a book that I read and recommending it to them and meeting new authors and stuff like that. And that's another thing. Give newer authors an opportunity, right?
Yes.
I
Oh, for sure.
I love all the popular authors. I
Mhm.
am a Alexandria House girl. Okay, that is my
Yeah.
girl. But I love exploring new indie authors because you don't know who you're gonna run across and who you're gonna
You
love. You know what I
don't.
mean?
And people have some amazing like pen games. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
never was into like thriller or anything like that. But when I came
Girl,
across
listen, you is speaking my language, okay?
I came across Kate Powell, that's my girl, and she writes
Yes,
thrillers.
shout out to
So
Kay Powell.
so I had read Say I Do, and I was like, oh, this is so good. And then I came across Brie Coleman on TikTok, and
Yes,
I read both of her books, and I'm like, okay, I think I might like thriller or whatever. So
girl.
I think it just kind of like expands your mind. And sometimes you don't know what
Mhm.
you don't like until like you explore it, you know?
Listen, because I was the same way. I was like, I don't want to read no thriller.
Right.
No, I don't
Right.
want to read no fantasy. I just read my first romantasy by Shanor Williams, which I love, and I'm gonna get into Granger and her series and thrillers. Like, girl, I would have never thought
Same,
I was going to be a thriller girl. Now I
same,
cannot put a thriller book down.
same. They be stressing me out sometimes too.
Stressing me out, especially when Black people are writing thrillers. Chef's
Right. Yes.
kiss.
Yes.
Chef's kiss, because
Yes.
I'm like, "How did your crazy ass come up with this?
And it kind of made me look at them like, what you got going on? Because how
What you
you
got
you have to
going
be
on?"
thrown off a little
Exactly.
bit. You got to be thrown off a little bit to even come up with some of this shit.
Not a little bit, a lot of bit, okay? Not a little bit, a lot of it, because
Listen, gotta be
Octavia
kind.
Grant and Kay Powell and the thing that gets me with thriller artists, like when you ask them what's wrong with you, they be you're funny.
Yo, you stupid.
You just be like, girl, it ain't funny. You just chop somebody's head off. Like, what?
Genuine question. Like, I really want to know what's going on because something is not right. Like, something is not right with you.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Funny.
So let's talk about keep it cute.
Okay.
So, how much of that book is yourself?
Um, Although Keep It Cute is a fiction, I definitely drew from like real life experiences and kind of like embellished a bit or exaggerated um a bit. Some of the situations that happen in the book either happen to me personally or like happen to my homegirls or somebody that I know, and I just kind of like threw it together to create a story. But it's super raw, super relatable. Like, when people read it, number one, they say it reads like a script, or they say it reads like their group chat. Because it just like the dialogue, the way the girls speak to each other, the shit they be going through. Like, even if like that's not where you are in your life right now, you could look back and be like, oh my God, I remember when I was 27 and we was doing this. Cause I remember my 20s, girl, my 20s was a wild time.
Okay.
Baby. Baby. Whenever somebody's like, do you remember that one time? I'm like, no, I don't
Listen,
even
me
know
too.
her.
I'd be like, girl, I ain't even trying to damn remember. Okay,
I don't even know her.
please stop bringing up New Orleans 2017.
Listen, listen. Like, I'm surprised I'm even here. Like, I don't even know how I made it this far. Seriously, because it was a wild time. It was a wild
Listen,
time.
a wild time. Stop bringing the memories up.
Listen,
I'm
I
trying
don't
to erase
remember
them.
her. I don't remember her. She don't live here
Exactly.
no more.
So, out of all four of the characters, who was your favorite to write? Excuse me.
Um, My closest, like personality wise, would be Jace. Um, the person whose journey I appreciated the most through the story is probably Lauren Giselle. And then the character that stressed me out the most would be Tiana.
Mm. Now, everything that's in the book, or everything
Mhm.
that you wrote, did you put it in the book, or did you leave some scenes? Are there some scenes that didn't make the book?
Um, no, pretty much. You know what I did do? When I first wrote the book, the sex scenes was very, very vivid. And so
Mhm.
I scaled back the sex scenes a bit, but even people read it, they be like, girl, they was getting it popping. I'm like, girl, you should have seen what was going on before. You should have seen what was going on before. But yeah, I definitely scaled back like the sex scenes a little bit just to make them a little bit more like tasteful. But they began to pop in though still. But
Mhm.
that was it for the most part. But everything else I just kind of like left on the page.
Was it hard for you to write the sex scenes?
No, because I'm nasty.
At least you honest, honey. Listen, if I were to be an author, maybe later on, okay, it wouldn't be no problem with me writing a nice sex scene. Okay.
Listen, 'cause it's like, I mean, they're grown. I remember when I was putting out the book, I remember I told my mom, I'm like, listen, they grown. I just kept telling her, they grown. Okay, they grown. And so when she was reading it, she was like, oh my God, I'm like, they grown. They
Girl, you
grown.
let your mama read your book. Girl, I wouldn't dare let my mother read my book.
Yeah,
Okay.
me and my mom are like really close. Like, it's crazy because you know how like when you're younger, like they're like, I'm not your little friend, but now I'm about to be calling me every day, like, girl, let me tell you what's going on. I'm like, oh, so now I'm one of your little friends.
Right, right. Or oh, now you got McDonald's money.
Right. Yeah, you crazy. Yeah, no, I let my mom read it. Me and my mom are really like close and she's pretty open minded. She's a therapist. So
Hmm.
she's really open minded.
What in your opinion, what do you think make a great story?
In my opinion, I think what makes a great story is if it's like relatable and like real. Um, you know how like if you read something and you're like, okay, I can see this happening, but sometimes if you're reading a story, it's like this don't really seem like realistic. And then also I think what makes a good story is like fully flushed out characters when like
Mm,
the characters are fully human, not just like one dimension. And I think the reason why I've always gravitated towards like autobiographies or memoirs because I always like to know how these people became who they are, because then you get a better understanding. So sometimes you read books and you're just like, they acting a fool, they doing this, and it's just like, well, what caused them to be like this? So it just I like
mm,
when you write a character that's like fully dimensional. Even if you don't like the character, you could kind of understand, like, okay, I could kind of see why they're an asshole.
mm.
Not just being an asshole for like no like reason where it's just like, well, why would anybody like this person? Like he's just mean as fuck for no reason. It's not like he started off charming and then became this. It's like right off the gate, he just hit her in her eye. Like, how
Right,
did we get here?
right. Well, sometimes people can go from being nice to being a bitch or an
No, for
asshole.
sure, for sure. But I think even if they start off being like nice and they become an asshole, then it's like you kind of understand, like, okay, I can kind of understand why she's dealing with this because when she first met him, he was whining and dining her and he got
Mhm.
her hooked, and then all of a sudden he started acting crazy. But it's like if at the club right off top he was just acting crazy, then it's just like, well, what's wrong with her?
Right,
Like what's going on here?
right, right. So yeah, you're right. Well, yeah. You right, you right. So do you outline your stories?
With this book, I didn't. It was just like free flowing. When I started writing my second book, I didn't outline it per se, but what I did kind of do was just maybe I guess it was an outline. I just kind of jotted down like some ideas, like some theories as to where I kind of wanted the story to go. But then I just kind of write off of feelings or like
Mm,
something will happen in like my real life. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, this sounds like
mm,
something Jace would do, or this some shit that, this character would do.
mhm.
Yeah. So I just kind of be winging it, kind of like how I do at life, girl. I just be winging it. I just be
Girl,
winging it.
listen,
Yes, it's sad over here, but
heavy,
I
heavy
have a
on
good
just
time. I just
heavy
laugh
on
my
just
way through
winging
life,
it.
honestly. What'd you say?
Hello. Oh, I said, "Hello, girl." At this point in life, I'm like, "Fuck it." I'm winging it.
Listen, girl, because life be real ghetto. It's always some foolishness going on. So it's just like, I mostly just laugh at the absurdity of everything. Like, this
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
yeah, girl. Okay, okay. What do you hope readers take away from your books?
I want them to like look at their friends, the people they have around them, and just be like, are these people that when the shit hit the fan, are they in my corner? Like when life gets
Mhm,
really tricky and life isn't perfect and we all stressed out, like who's in our corner, who has our back? Also just like healing. Like through the book, these women are faced with a lot of shit. And they all have their own personal journeys of things that they are working through. And I think that there's beauty in getting to the other side. Even when you're in the thick of it, you're just like, oh my God, this shit is ghetto. I hate everything. I got alopecia now. I'm ashy, girl. I'm just terrible. But then
girl, not ashy.
girl, and alopecia. Girl, I'm
Right.
going through it. But then it's like when you get to the other side, I think there's like a certain level of strength that you
Mhm,
have, and you look back and you're just like, you become really proud of yourself. Like, wow, I can't believe like I overcame that. And I think with the girls, what people really take away is they're just like, these are some bomb ass homegirls. Like, I want them to be my homegirls. Cause even in the book, like they're not like, oh, everything you do is perfect. Like they'll call you out. Like if you want some bullshit, they're gonna be like, girl, that's whack. Or they have times where they're not speaking to each other because somebody called them out, but it was never disrespectful. It was just always just how you are with your friends. Like when you want some bullshit, like your real friend is gonna be like, girl, what are you doing? And so I think just take away just like looking back and see who you were when you were in your 20s and who you are now and just I don't know, give yourself like a round of applause because a lot of times like we get embarrassed like, oh my god, don't talk about our 20s or don't talk about that, but I'm a
right.
firm believer that like every single version of myself, they did a lot of the heavy lifting, the hard work for me to be this person I am today. So even though in my 20s I was like, girl, what was that? But it's like at the time we was having a good time. Were there terrible decisions made? Absolutely. But that's when all the fun is. The fun is always in the terrible decisions.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know what? I wanna say something, that you mentioned about, basically from what I just took, what you just said is
Mhm.
be around friends that'll hold you accountable in a respectful way.
For sure.
Because, Imma use Charlie for an example.
Mhm.
If I'm ready to just crash out, Charlie be like, "Reese, first of all, you short, okay?" She gonna always hit me with "You short," okay? And then, but second, it's like, do you think that's the right decision? You know if you do this. So I love what you said. Like, be around people that hold you accountable, that can, hold your feet to the fire. Like I said, in a very respectful way, because I do not need a bunch of yes mans around me.
No.
Because I feel like that's how you grow within a friendship.
Oh, for sure. And honestly, like being a yes man, when people around me who are yes man, then I question our friendship
Mhm.
because like it is not serving me or this friendship for you to basically be lying to me. Because that's
Mhm.
basically what you're doing is lying if you're just like saying yes to everything. Like if you
Right.
truly respect me or you really want what's best for me, then you're gonna be like, yeah, that ain't it. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm gonna ride with you regardless, but like that's not a good decision. And it's like you're being very impulsive. And yeah, in this moment, do you want to slap the shit out of everybody up in here? Yeah. And if you want
Yes.
me to slap with you, we go on a slapping spree. However, the ramifications of this split second, it's far more heavy than just that like moment.
Uh-huh.
And that's important. And you have to, I don't know, you just have to like learn that as you get older. And also just like I know me as I like grew as a person, I also had to kind of let go of some people who weren't like growing. And it doesn't mean that it has to be like any beef or anything like that, but it's just like, yo, if you still like on this raw shit and you trying to go to jail and shit, like I got shit to lose. Like I can't, I'm not trying to go to jail.
Heavy on, I got shit to lose.
I got
Okay.
shit to lose. We can't be in here rumbling for no reason.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right.
Real quick, I want to talk about the subtitle of Keep It Cute. I love when all else fails, we have our girls.
Mhm.
Talk to me about that. What does that mean to you?
It just means like for me, just like growing through life, a lot of times I would abandon myself a lot. Like you would get in a relationship and all of a sudden you just not working out no more because you want to be up underneath them or you not making time for other things. But when like life doesn't work out, when those things don't work out, like who's in your corner? It's like your friends. Your friends are always there through like graduations or weddings or giving birth or your highs and your lows. And it's just like when all else fails, when everything else just like comes and goes, like who's there? It's like your friends. And in the book, these girls, they met in college, like their freshman year of college. So now in the book, they're 29. So they've been friends for, 10, 11 years at the time. So it's like if you know somebody that long, you'd have been through some hills and you'd have been through some valleys with these people. And at the end of the day, it's just like y'all my constant. And in the book, they all have all this shit going on. And the only thing that they kind of have to grab hold to or the anchor to is that their friendship. That's
Mhm.
their constant. Like their friendship is their North Star.
I love that. I love
Thank
that.
you.
What's one thing readers would be surprised to learn about you?
Um, I don't know. Food surprises. I'm actually kind of shy.
Mhm.
Um, I'm very like reserved, but I'm also very like silly. I'm very sarcastic. I laugh a lot. I'm very like witty. Um, and like I be chilling. Like I like to like sit on my balcony, smoke a little blunt, and just kind of like vibe out. I be in here dancing in my living room. That I really, really like me. I really fuck with
I love
myself,
that.
and I'm very like particular about like my energy. So like if I like engage with you or allow you in my space, like I really, really fuck with you.
I love that.
Thank
Girl,
you.
listen. Heavy on that, protect your energy, honey,
You
okay?
got to.
You
You
have
got to. Because
to.
it'd be some weird people.
Mhm. I
And
agree.
some weird shit going on.
I agree, honey. Woo, okay. So just tell everyone what's next for you. Are you working on any new projects?
I am actually my book, Keep It Cute. I actually just finished the sequel to it and it's with my editor. So I'm hoping to release this summer. And my second book is titled Keep It Between Us. And so it's gonna be called the Keep It series. And that's my next thing coming out. And then I kind of started working on this standalone book. I don't know exactly where it's gonna go, but I'm hoping to be able to put my head down and really focus on that and maybe release that maybe by like fall, the end of this year. So yeah,
I love that.
thank you. Girl, I'm out
I'm
here
with
trying, girl, because I don't know what the
listen,
fuck
and
I'm
that's
doing.
hey, at least
Listen, I
you
don't know
you
what I'm
said
doing, but I'm
something.
trying.
You're trying. At least you're trying, okay?
I'm
You're
doing the best I
trying.
can.
You trying. Well, I'm so happy for you. I cannot wait to see you continue to flourish in this book space. I'm giving you your virtual flowers, okay?
I
How
love
you
that. I
been
received that.
feeling? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Make sure everyone go read Keep It Cute. Okay?
Yeah,
It's
this what it
available.
looks like. Aren't my girls beautiful?
Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. So before we wrap up, give everyone your social media channels.
Yeah, you can follow me on IG and TikTok and Threads. It's all the same. It's Yasmeen Yasmeen 86. Um, I'm super cool. So like if you hit me up, I like having conversations. And also I just want to shout out like my girls, Nicole Monroe, that's my
Hey, shout out
girl.
to Nicole.
Kay Powell,
Shout out to
Ray
Nicole.
Coleman, Lori Wallace. Those are just some of my other indie authors who just kind of really support me. And you guys make sure you support their work too. They're really dope. They have some really dope pins.
Yes, go support all of them. Um, K Powell, oh God, I just love her so
Yeah, that's my girl.
much. I love her. I just interviewed her a couple weeks ago on the show.
Yeah,
So,
I saw it.
oh yay! So
Yeah.
I just love her so much.
Yeah, no, I love Kay Powell. She's no, she be cracking me up.
Girl, me too, me too. Well, T, thank you for having this conversation with Rese Alisa. It was so much fun getting to know you.
Thank
Once
you.
again, I look forward to just watching you blossom into this beautiful book space. I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. Make sure you stay on. Don't leave just yet.
No, I'm not.
To everyone that tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this help y'all get to know T Yasmin a little bit better. Like I mentioned, go and pick up a copy of her book. Keep it cute, okay? Because you definitely need to keep it cute. Okay,
Hello. Keep it cute or keep it mute.
there we
Okay.
go. That part.
Keep it cute, keep it mute.
That part. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and following the show. And I will see you all in the next podcast. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thank you guys. This was so much fun.
That's a wrap on this chapter of the Covers and Pages podcast. If you loved today's conversation, don't forget to follow, rate, and share the podcast with your fellow book lovers. You can also find us on Instagram at Covers and Pages Podcast. Follow the host at Rese Alisa Reads on social media. Until next time, keep reading, keep listening, and keep turning those pages.